Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this edition of Exploring with Riley King. Let's begin. Take a look at this photo of a lake and a fishing pole as well. You can fish for free without a license anywhere in New Hampshire on Saturday. All other fishing regulations must be followed, including season dates and bag limits. New Hampshire's Free Fishing Day is coming up. On Saturday, June 1st, you can fish anywhere in the state, freshwater or saltwater, without a fishing license. All other fishing regulations must be followed, including season dates and bag limits. Anglers participating in a state-approved fishing tournament that day will still need to buy a license. State residents and non-residents may participate. For more information, visit www.fishnewhampshire.com/fishing/publications.html. And now let's take a look at this video from New Hampshire Chronicle.
Pushed out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
In search of that perfect catch, some anglers prefer the angle from a kayak.
Bass, big bass! Holy moly!
Barnstead's Chris Ellis, also known as Mr. Tightlines on his YouTube channel for kayak fishermen, is among many who know you don't need a big boat to reel in a big one.
5 pounds, 6 ounces. Boom! Giant bass!
Kayak fishing is told as the fastest growing aspect of all of recreational fishing.
Guide Tim Moore, owner of Tim Moore Outdoors, runs kayak fishing charters around New Hampshire.
They're pedal drive kayaks, so traditional kayak anglers think paddle. We'll have paddles with us just for safety and convenience, launching and landing, but we're going to pedal them just like bicycles, which gives us more fishability, much more hands-free.
We joined Tim and set out on the Merrimack River in Concord, where we weren't the only ones out on the water. I did not know that squirrels could swim. What are we fishing for today?
We're going to target black crappie.
Crappie?
Yep, they're a member of the sunfish family. People call them calico bass. They're a schooling fish, so you find one, you usually find several.
Oh, that's good news for us, then.
A lot of fun on light tackle, what we're going to be fishing today. Yeah, hopefully we can find some. It won't be good for me if we don't.
Lucky for us, the fish were biting.
Nice New Hampshire crappie.
Oh, I got something.
Did you get a bite?
I felt something.
So, yeah. So when they bite, do this. Give it a jerk.
It's peaceful, it's quiet,
It's not expensive. You don't have the fuel and the noise of an engine and everything else.
This is my first time kayak fishing, so it's pretty cool. It's different. It takes some getting used to, but it's definitely neat to be so close to the water and you can kind of peer down and see what's going on.
No need for a boat ramp. Kayaks can be launched from anywhere you can walk to. And they glide through shallow water, getting you into hard-to-reach spots.
So being able to fish back channels, fish marshes like the one we're going to fish today, you wouldn't be able to do in a bigger boat, or not as well in a bigger boat. And so the access is probably the biggest benefit.
It's places that most people haven't fished, fish that haven't seen 1,000 lures. There is a distinct difference when you go from fish that have been targeted heavily by anglers and you switch over to fish that haven't seen very many lures and very much fishing pressure. They're much easier to catch. Whoa. Oh, it's a bass. A little smallmouth bass. A little smallmouth.
Awesome.
Nice job.
Cool. Casting from a kayak does come with challenges.
Line management. I'm a fly fisherman, so line likes to tangle on everything, and believe me, you learn everything in your boat you can tangle on.
But once you get the hang of it, it's quite the fishing expedition.
Nice little crappie.
I got something!
Oh, 13 feet. Oh, rock bass. My first day in a kayak, I absolutely fell in love. I was like, this is what all the hype is about.
Other anglers are on board the paddleboard craze.
Like so.
Sean Quinn says once he was hooked on paddleboarding, he got back into fishing.
I would be out on a paddleboard and I would see big, huge fish underneath my board all the time.
Now this certified paddleboard guide is offering fishing tours through his business, The Wandering Paddler, that he runs with his wife, Jean.
We got a trunk full of boards. We can go anywhere. So, we're primarily based in the seacoast, but we can pick up and deliver boards and deliver a tour anywhere people want to paddle. So that's pretty cool.
Whether freshwater or saltwater, if he's out on his board, Sean's got his rod.
Because if I don't have my fishing pole and I go out, then I see them everywhere. They're jumping over my board sometimes, It's not as difficult as people think. Once you get the hang of standing up on the board, it's just a matter of casting out there. Now, when you hook into a big fish, some of the bigger ones, especially a striper, will tow you around for a little bit. They call it a Nantucket sleigh ride.
Getting your balance, for some people is a little challenging. But boy, once you've got your balance, it makes fishing all the more fun.
So I'm not really a paddle boarder or a fisherman.
We're going to change that today.
Now, where should my feet be? How
Right about there. Whoa. Saved it.
Let's hope I don't fall off again.
Experienced paddleboarder Austin King is trying this out for the first time at Pawtuckaway Lake.
You're out there all the time, you see all the fish, so it's kind of like a why not? It's like an easy transition,
When you're standing up high and not sitting in a canoe or a boat or a kayak, you have a much broader field of view, and you can actually see and cast at fish. So in the shallows and stuff, it's kind of an easier platform. And I can get in and out of places that a lot of boats can't get into and out of, which is sometimes where the big fish like to hide.
So when I catch something this big, where am I going to put it?
Well, I got a cooler right here. And then just cast it up. Just like that.
Woo!
Now, it would really make my day if a big giant bass just showed up and gobbled that up.
It would make my year.
I do recommend leashes for your poles in the ocean, because if I lose another fishing pole in the ocean, I have to buy another one. My wife may make me sleep outside for a while. Nice cast.
While the fish weren't taking our bait, if you're fishing for a new way to fish, you may want to hop on board a paddleboard.
There's something simple, and it's just you and a board and a fishing pole and the fish, and that's it. There's no motor, it's a lot quieter. There's a whole Zen quality to it almost.
Okay, and there you go on that video from New Hampshire Chronicle. And that is it for this evening edition of Exploring with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Exploring with Riley King. Have a wonderful night, everyone. See you back here tomorrow night with another edition of Exploring with Riley King. Good night, everyone. Bye.